Welcome to Memorial Stadium and the sea of red in the heartland of Lincoln, Nebraska. An uncommon place and home to an uncommon program with a championship pedigree. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the USC Trojans taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Trojans will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will take the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running back searching for a hole. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Huskers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They're trying to cash in this long opening drive. The 9th play is 3rd and goal. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive. So USC's offense will get the ball for the first time. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, 2 alphas, 2 guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, quarterback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Then just inside their own 20, they need to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man in the middle. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The Trojans in the hurry-up. Pulls and throws off the RPO. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Makes his connection. Pulled down for the tackle.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Peterson. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. And the Trojans are rolling down the field. From the gun, the ground game. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Here's the handoff. Fakes his man out. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. 2nd down coming up. To the air, it's Raiola. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He's looking downfield to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Cornhuskers decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Quarterback checking the play. He's going to pass. Gets it out fast. At the 45 on his way. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll go back to the air on second down. Quick strike complete. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Shotgun snap on third down. He's got it on the left. Oh, look out. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 10 over Wyoming. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Off he goes. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Huskers! And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And now on second down for this offense. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Trojans moving quickly to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Fights off a defender.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Caught over the middle. It's Lane. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
They'll try to run for it. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
He'll bring it out. It's Boyd. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. The tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there on first down from their own 22. He'll do it himself. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he steps out of bounds after a nifty run and picking up a first down. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he's got it inside the 25. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. They'll run it from the gun. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the draw. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Huskers look to do some damage in the red zone. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Quickly complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out. We can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. They'll try to get it through the air. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And the Trojans will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half, and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good first half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this first half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the second half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
Trying to get to it. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Line getting set on 2nd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He makes the catch. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Dropping back, it's Raiola. He caught it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown, Cornhuskers! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. This time it's complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got a man. It's Lane. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On second down, just keeps firing. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. And the Huskers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And the Trojans will hustle to the line. Give to the running back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. It's a draw. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. He uncorks one deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Fadeau. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Cornhuskers are on the move. They're going to run it. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He looks that one in nicely. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. The Huskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Caught behind the line. It's Fadeau. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They've got him penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The give to the tailback. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Running to the left. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. To let that one get away from them, they look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Looking for the score. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. Gets it out quickly.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Flips it out to the back. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. First down for this offense. The give out of the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll go right back to it. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires left. A strike downfield. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. This is a 3rd and long. They'll try the run. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, USC! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, going up top. Got his man. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Raiola. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Finds his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Just 1 for 3 on 4th down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. He's got it, and they convert. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Play number 9 on this drive. From the gun. Give on the inside.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Right back to it. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Throws to the wideout. Snags it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And the Huskers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Pushes for the goal line. Touchdown, Husker! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Got his man quickly. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He'll just keep slinging it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. The ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Finds the tight end. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Quarterback adapting. He'll pull it down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Dumps it to the back. He's got it. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Feeling some heat. And down he goes back at the 3.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. Don't forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's open on the right. Oh, look out. There he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guy's...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Fair catch called for and made. One more play to pad the stats. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. He'll go down in a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought